Okay, so in this question, M is the midpoint on the line PQ. So P and Q is here, and M is my midpoint. Midpoint coordinates in terms of X and Y are 2 and -1, and Q is at 8 and 6. But my P is at -4 and A. So the Y coordinate of this, I don't know. Now my goal is to find A. So how are we going to go about that? Well, if I just label these up in terms of X and Y, so I've got X1, Y1. This one I'll call X2, Y2. So that's my coordinates there for that. And my midpoint coordinates, I'll just call them midpoint 1 and midpoint 2 in terms of X and Y. So midpoint 1, midpoint 2. Okay, now to find my midpoint in terms of my X, so if I call this the X1 and the Y1, for X, on here my midpoint, that equals, so X will equal X1, that's my first point. I subtract X1 minus X2 and divide that by 2 to try and find the half value of that line there. So that's for my X coordinate. So if I plug that in just to test this out, I would get my X equals X1, which is 8, minus X1 minus X2, so 8 minus -4, all over 2. So then that would give me 8 minus 12 over 2. 12 over 2 is 6. 8 minus 6, that gives me 2. Hence, X equals 2. So that checks out. Okay, now what about for Y? So the midpoint Y, that's what we want to find here. So Y1 minus Y1 minus Y2 over 2. That's my midpoint 2. That's what I'm looking for here. So now Y1 is 6, and subtract that from Y1 minus Y2, 6 minus A. And then that's all divided by 2. Okay, now my midpoint, I know what it is. It's -1, but A is what I need to find. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Well, I've got 6 minus A over 2 in there. That's what I want to find is my A. So first of all, let's get rid of this 6 onto the other side. So subtracting 6 from both sides, I've got -7 equals minus 6 minus A over 2. Okay, now I've got a minus and a minus here. What I could do is multiply both sides by a -1 and get rid of this minus sign. So now I would have 7 equals 6 minus A over 2. Okay, now what about this denominator? Multiply both sides by 2. I can have 14 equals 6 minus A. Okay, let's subtract 6 from both sides to get this 6 out of the way of the A. So now I've got 8 equals minus A. So I multiply both sides by -1. I get -8 equals A. And that is my solution. A equals -8. Okay.